Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back in the second episode of Blind Corner. And from the title and from screen, you see this video will be about February and ski school event 2022, which was actually in February. And I just want to say I actually made one video about it, but the video was mainly about, or I'm not pretty sure about, but I think I did actually a video about it. But the video was actually about like the trip, and not about the feelings and not about the things what I actually experienced there. So anyway, yeah, I think we can start. So yeah, as I said in the first episode in January, from October to January, uh, I don't. I remember I said one teaser, but I don't remember correctly what. But it was something about this. So just I will just continue. And so January was chill. Okay, January was okay, and then it was actually end of January. It was the last week. I remember that was just 3 days: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and that was February. So it actually started the last week, but it wasn't anything bad, and it was just did this thing well. Anyway, let's start. So as I said, it started in the last week of January, and no, it was actually Sunday, and I was actually on way or road to the actually the point where it actually should happen. When it actually happened, the event, the ski school. So everything was fine. Uh, I was in the bus, and I was so excited about it, and everything was chill. And you know what? I wanna actually skip the part because as I said, I don't wanna speak too much about it. I just wanna make it as quickly as possible because it's still hard to talk about with me, and then I actually want to talk about the February. So very quickly, in the ski event, I was in with two girls. Like it was very retarded system. Just if you actually I hate competitions, right? And then actually the first thing was actually made me sad because I hate competitions, right? And the system of choosing who is actually better and who is actually the worst, just actually the best of us actually was there. And you know what? When I actually see the competition, I'm actually from very first stage. I'm getting sad because I know I will be the one who will be actually in the last. You know what? Because all the time it was just about sports, and I was never sports, and it was actually taking some time to me just to realize, hey, it's actually not important. Just you're overthinker, so overthink this. And I was too dumb to actually think like that because I was kid. So I thought, hey, you're just miserable piece of shit, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And actually, the sentence what I had. And, uh, so anyway, I was in the because the time was so I just getting like to do the second half, of course, the wars, and I was with two girls, and everything was fine. We wasn't actually friends, but it was just fine, you know what? And then I actually from the group, one night it was, one girl just went to our apartment because there was just like rooms, so they just she just man, it's okay. So girl just went to our room with some smoke or whatever. Yeah, it was with our dates, and just so I just like started to talk with her, and then I realized, hey, she's nice. She was shy. She was like me. She was introvert. She was like, I don't wanna play with anyone. I just wanna be alone and chatting with my boyfriend. So you got boyfriend? Yeah, I say okay, whatever. And so yeah, she was nice. She actually learned me how to smoke, but that's another thing. And like actually the whole event, I was with her, and it was fine. And it was every night. I was tired. I hated there, and I was just like with her it was better. You know what? So that was actually the days. Normal, as I said, I wasn't skiing, and then just like the evening, the terrible experience, then trying to sleep, but then just because the fucking competition from bottom, then just kick my no my but kick the doors of the room and just like grabbing my stuff and just like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And I was just like, we need for competition, so back off. And just like, what the fuck? I had headache. I was so angry, and I just wanna say, hey, I wanna out. So it was tough actually, but the hardest part was actually the last night, obviously, because it was the party to the last night to midnight, and then just like next day going. And so now it's actually the real story beginning. So first part was actually like masquerade. I would say with masks. I just turn lights off, okay. And that was pretty awful. I had one terrible mask, and that was just like, oh boy, it's it's really hard to talk about me, but still I'm trying. So just give me some time. I will tell you. The problem here was actually because if you was alone, your point was actually slower, and so I was with my another friend who was actually alone too, and so we was in the episode last positions, and that's actually make no sense because uh, if you had a bigger group of people, there was actually the first place was actually with four people, with four, and just because they were friends, basically, just because they were friends, they won because there were four, and I was alone, and yeah, my another friend who was with another guy from a room, because we were just like four guys from our class, and then one more from A class, and just like they was like together, like terrorists, by the way, and they won like the middle place because they was like group, and I said something absolute cringe, something like I'm some robo with like some Terminator with Dark Souls or whatever. I was just like, please kill me. And there's actually the stress and everything just was coming out of me, like I mean on me. And so after that, I was smacked down. I felt absolutely miserable because maybe for others they was fun. Yeah, maybe, sure. But for me, it was terrible experience. I felt absolute like shit. I felt like a just world around me just falling apart, and I was like sitting in the floor. Next to me was a girl I actually liked, and I didn't feel I didn't feel to actually just ask her for dance or whatever. Just talk to her. When after this, and by the way, the girl what I actually I been with, she actually had very nice mask. Like she it was painted like some vampire. I remember it was nice. And so after that, everyone just like this and just taking some terrible shitty photos. And I was just like going up, with her. And then she leave. I don't know why, but she was like maybe 15 minutes, and I was in. No, 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 no. It was in the same way because my friend from class just talked to me. I mean, talk to the girl because she actually noticed she learned me how to smoke. So she was really upset with that. So I got angry because she basically dictated my life, and I was angry for her. So I went to the first room, which was actually the room of the friend when I met on the evening, and another girl who was obsessed. Then she just leave. Whatever. There is nothing for that. She's not important in the story. And so I was in the first room. I was in the first room, and she just leave, and I was in a room with two other girls, and I was just very in very bad mood, and both girls was actually pretty nice, pretty nice friends. So they actually start play, and so that's the thing, the card game, I can't play it right now because it makes me too sad. No, boy, I'm gonna cry. I'm definitely telling you. I'm crying even right now. And so one girl was pretty nice friend, but the other girl, the second girl was absolute perfect. She was like angel. You know. And so I did say practically everything from my life because that's my thing. Maybe people's just like I don't care. She do care. I frequently ask them if they actually cares or I should stop, and she's like, okay, no, no, continue. And she's just staring at me all the time, but in good, just like looking to her eyes was like I don't know, finally wake up from nightmare or finally just swim out from deep shits and just finally breathe or just finally scream something, anything. It was like tasting the best food in your life. Do the best thing in life. It was. I literally almost drowned in that, in the look, but it was so nice. And so after some minutes, the friend came back, and so then just she got some headache or whatever, but we just still continue. And it was actually late night, and then was like actually the last time when I actually brushed my teeth, and it was like, hey, are you good? And she actually got headache too, so just like, oh, she said, I had a headache. I'm going to sleep, and then tomorrow we'll be hang out. Okay, and say, okay, good night, nice dreams, sweet dreams, and then she leaves. And that was the first girl, the friend of her, just like, you know, we should hang around sometimes because I think like we create nice relationship. You know what? Like we should be together. I mean, just like friends because I'm alone. You know what? I'm alone. And so then I had very beautiful night because I said, hey man, this girl, this is something special with her. And I said like definitely. And so another day, like I mean tomorrow, we was on trip, a very small trip, just like the last thing with that. And it was nice. Like the first half, I just said sorry to the girl from. Oh fuck! Wait again, guys. I just said I just said sorry to the first girl, actually from my class. No, not actually, but from my class because we remember when she got obsessed because she actually the girl from the friend from Steven learned me how to smoke, and she was obsessed. She was angry, and so I said sorry to her, and so it was fine. Whatever. It's actually so. This actually so little detail, just like actually, yeah, it may be some in some point, but just it's such a small detail. Just don't think about it. Just think about the point of the story. Just like haters still saying me my English is bad. No haters because actually no one watching this. Wow, amazing. But anyway, the second the the second half of the trip was actually something amazing because I started to talk with her and then I realized, hey, like she was into Twitch, and so that was pretty good, as I said. And so basically we started to talk uh, about life, how it's going, and about stuff. And it was actually so nice. And then I actually realized, hey, I feel something more to the girl. I feel something more, and that was love. Like for first time in my life, I felt like actually literally love to someone. Like actually like to girl. It wasn't like from family. It was like my first love. And so I said, yeah, this actually, I think that's like can works. This actually like can works. And it's just like I didn't know that. Okay, whatever. And then was actually the time to go home, and that was actually nice too. It's raining outside, maybe, man. And I just think about her. He was just a few seats uh, behind me, and I felt her so close to me. And so then was actually time to say last goodbye. And the first girl actually left her because the car for her just arrived. And so I was just like with her, and I said, it was nice with you. I'm so glad I met you, but just we actually should hang out sometimes. Can we? And she's like, yeah, of course, it's good. It's actually good. Everything's fine. And so then I leave because my father just arrived for me, and it was over. And then so that's actually over. So yeah, I found my first love there. And then was the actually the crazy February. because that actually was like almost the whole year I was at home because COVID, and I was like in contact, and that was actually the first sad moment because then I realized she actually got COVID, and I was like, "Oh my God, are you alright?" And I was actually worried about her, and she said, "Okay, I'm alright." I said, "Oh, okay, whatever." And so it was actually very sad because I expected, and even I said, "Okay, I will be home," but then just like in loneliness and just like all over again. But I was like, okay, and so it was to Tuesday, and then Wednesday was school again, and so I was in school without her because she still felt sick from COVID, so she was still at home with her friends, with her friend. And then finally, I think like the last week of February, we met once, but it was just like she was like in the class and studying because she got very rude and mean. A class teacher, like, you know what? Yeah, class teacher. And so she actually got very mean for like studying very much. So that was another reason, and she got full of time, and you know what? And just like another day, I wait just like a few minutes to actually give her a hug, and then just like run away. And it was nice, but once she actually didn't text me, and I was like, hey, you know, maybe it's time to let her go. And I did. So another days following, it was very hard for me. And right now it's actually time for Snuff from Slipknot, because that was the song I actually used to listening every day, at least once, every night, every evening before I would sleep. And basically that's it. And it was fine. And then actually the February end, and then March, but this is actually not part of this video. So now is actually time for last part, and that's actually how it's actually right now. Every time when I see her, I'm just like, one day when I actually met her, she was with her friends and just like talk about me, and I was like pushed from edge, out of edge, because they stopped actually communicate with me. And just a few days ago, she just walked around me with some new girl, and she didn't even give a look to me. And I was like standing like this, and just like I I did want like talk to her, but I wasn't strong enough. And I feel bad for it. And I'm still trying to find a way how to talk to her, but it's just so hard. And then my psychologist just told me, it was actually time to say to her your feelings. But I said, hey, I didn't know what actually it is, but now I definitely don't know. If you feel life, you know what you feel, and you should tell it anyway. And another girl, the friend from event, she's scared of me. I saw her once. It was like 14 days ago, or 1 week or whatever. And she just saw me, and then like she left like the room just for no eye contact. But it's just like okay, with like we was friends, but like there's actually one thing. But the second thing is the girl from it, you know. And it was actually time because it's actually the things to another video in the March was actually getting everything fucked up, but that's another video. And I'm just, I did actually some stories. The stories are private for me. And then I actually revealed my feelings to her, basically, because she got some stories and I just copy Photoshop and then just get to me. And I'm basically so confused for it. I'm so scared and I'm so confused every time I see her. And I just don't know what to do. I want to talk to her, but I can't. Even I'm trying. I was just like putting with my mouth some weird noise and then just like leave. Because I seriously don't know what. Don't know when. And I think that's it. So yeah, I hope I said everything important. I'm sorry for the length of the video, but every time when I actually start talk, it's always getting too long. It's just the thing. I let her go, man. It's just that thing, and I still do feel bad for it, for her, for myself. But I just want to leave. You know what I as I said. Oh no, it will be in the next episode. Sorry. Spoiler. So yes, and she's happy, and that's like that's even okay for me. Like, so I maybe know how she's on, just like she's good, I think, and yeah, I like get over it. I got over it. I'm like now, right now, it's cool, but still, I feel so bad in this in when I am close to her. And I thought one day, like anywhere last day, I will get legal eye leather, but I said, man, that's bullshit. I need to talk to her. But yeah, there's another video. So yeah. All right, guys, this will be actually everything. So that's actually thing why I'm feeling alone, because I feel like everyone around me just running away from me. But still I have the thing. But that's actually spoilers for another video. And luckily, I still do have one friend, one girl. The girl was actually in the same room, but she's actually in the same class as me. So that's actually the last person in around me who is still like good with me, and I'm good with her, and we are just friends, you know. All right, boys. Everything. I hope you like it. You can like or dislike, subscribe my channel, comment, whatever. And see you in the third episode of Blind Corner, when I will talk about the weirdest period of time, and that's actually how started my changes, like a lot. And it will be very weird video, so actually in the meantime, farewell.